Hey guys, Mubarak here again of InPennyStock. Hope you're doing well. Again, continuing the daily lives that we're going to be trying to do every single day at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and making this the go-to time for you guys to be able to have one-on-one access with me. So come ready with your questions, come ready with any stock ideas, trading questions, anything you want to learn about. All right, I'll always be doing a lesson as people kind of stroll in, so that way you guys can learn some as well every day when you come here. But I want to make this accessible for you guys. All right, the whole purpose of doing this is to make sure you guys are able to have a one-on-one experience with us here at InPennyStock. Okay, and to kind of further that cause, what we actually did recently, that if any of you guys are on our email list, we sent out a survey to get feedback about how we've been doing, what type of content you guys are looking for me to make, and really appreciate the submissions because it gives me an idea of how I can help you guys out further. All right, so a lot of you guys were mentioning live trades. We're gonna start finding a way to incorporate that. Usually during the day, I'm kind of traveling around and doing a lot of mobile trading, but we're figuring out a way where I can kind of showcase you live on either Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or E-Trade as I'm looking at stocks, how I analyze them. And like we did yesterday, I'm gonna be creating the watch list. Again, this is only gonna be available for VIP members, so you have to sign up at InPennyStock.com right now just for this week. Since this is a new type of feature that we're running, we wanted to make it available for the public, but after this week, it'll only be a private live for the VIP members at InPennyStock.com. So again, if you have certain feedback, other people also mentioned that they want to have access and more tutorials about specific stock screeners. So I'm going to be showcasing how InPennyStock.com/stocks, our stock screener that we utilize, how you guys can use that and implement that in your daily routine, in your research process in order to find the best stocks to trade. All right. There's also a very popular tool that we use. I'm just put it here on the side. It's called finviz.com. I've been really using that a lot more. They really did some great upgrades over the last year or two. So that's a very useful site that I'm going to be sharing more and more information and videos on about how I review stocks and go through them. So finally, the only thing I wanted to mention is that on our InPennyStock at InPennyStock.com, the VIP, you can actually download the content to go. So we have a mobile app. It's through Kajabi, so Kajabi. You would download that app, and that way you can download our videos on the go, get notifications when we drop new content, and kind of really stay in tune. All right, you want to immerse yourself in the penny stock education, the markets, the industry, and I'll be sharing more and more about the research that I'm doing and how that pertains and affects our ability to be able to make profits as a stock trader. Okay, so the last kind of activity that people were mentioning in the survey feedbacks, and again, if you haven't gotten access to that, you can always email us directly at admin, that's ADMIN, at InPennyStock.com to let us know what type of content you're looking for. All right, we're here to serve you guys. I want to make videos that are interesting to you and content that you guys need in order to take your trading to the next level. Okay, so in today's lesson, what we're going to be covering is probably the best secret that we have here at InPennyStock.com, which we refer to as the double catalyst rule. Okay, the double catalyst rule is actually probably our best coin trading strategy. It's been working insanely well since 2017 through 2019, and even in 2020, our students have been having immense success with this trading strategy. And I'm going to break it down for you guys here. Now, it's nothing too complicated, and it takes a lot of what you might have researched through other platforms, other type of stock trading mentors online. They've been kind of discussing these different concepts, and it kind of takes all of that and makes it digestible, makes it understandable. So let's get right into it, right? Easy enough. It's a double catalyst rule. So what we're doing here is that we're focusing on catalysts and using those solely to make our trades. All right, so we're not just trading willy-nilly. We have a watch list. We're monitoring a set handful of anywhere from 10 to 20 stocks based off of our screening criteria. And then we're looking at those stocks and waiting for the double catalyst rule to trigger in. And sometimes, you know what, you might not have a proper trade every day. there might not be the proper alerts, and you need to be careful not to overtrade just because you're antsy or just because you want to gamble on a trade or you have some random gut feeling. All right, you have to avoid those. Trading can be profitable if it's systematic. The only reason people lose money on trading stocks is because they try to treat it like gambling or randomness. And yes, in every stock trade, there is a level of randomness affiliated with it. No trader in the world, nor will there ever be any trader in the world that's always able to profit 100% of the time. Okay? You can become a millionaire trader by even being right 70% of the time, as long as you make sure that when you profit, you take your profits, you don't get greedy, right? You don't lose potential unrealized profits by just holding on to it and hoping it goes up and then the trade starts going against you. But the other main important facet of that is to cut losses right away. All right, and never allow our students to have any more than a 10% loss on a trade. So if you're trading a stock at $1, right, you should always set at least a minimum loss at 90 cents. And you can even understand and hedge your risk. As I was talking about yesterday, the stock WTER, I was able to profit off of that 15% today, just because of something that I picked up on my watch list for the sake of this video. And the reason why I did it was because it was valued right around $1. And like I mentioned before, you have to understand the psychology of traders. $1 is a nice rounded number. And every time the stock, it was trading at it went from $1.30 down to $1. And I had confidence, it was like trading at $1.03 or something. I had a lot of confidence that it was going to shoot up again, or that I could set my loss threshold at 99 cents, because I know that the second it breaks $1 when it's going down, there's going to be a sell-off, because people have set their stop losses at the $1 mark, at the 99 cents mark. And so to be a successful trader, you have to make sure you can understand and master how people think and how people view. All right, that's how you're going to get the competitive advantage you need to be a profitable trader. Okay, so going back to the double catalyst rule, what we're looking for is two catalysts that are able to happen simultaneously before you invest in the stock. And I'll give you the whole example as to why you need two of them, so you can make sure that you're profitable. I would say literally this works anywhere from 80 to 85% of the time. And that's a great, if you ask any trader that, I almost feel skeptical saying this because I know how crazy of a success rate that is, but the double catalyst rule doesn't happen every day, right? You have to kind of do your research, you have to be ready, and then you have to have your right alerts set up so you can know when this happens. But 2 or 3 times a week minimum, depending on how big your watch list is, you'll be able to capture these trades. And when you capture these trades, those are the ones you can kind of get the nice, good gains and reliable profits off of. Okay, so what you're doing is you're looking for 2 specific catalysts that are happening at the same time. One technical, one fundamental. And the most simplest play that I've found to happen again and again is you set your alerts at the 52-week high. Okay, that's always the trigger. That's the main catalyst. So 52 weeks is 1 year, and you want to set your trade or your alerts or filters to get a notification anytime the stock breaks the 52-week high. So the second that happens, that's one catalyst. If that's paired with another catalyst going on, like great earnings or a partnership agreement or expansion, hiring, great profits, any type of announcement like that, like good positive press, when you combine that with the 52-week high breakout, you're pretty much, again, seeing an 80 to 85% rate of success in that trade and to be able to profit. Again, you still have to time your exit, right? Don't get too greedy. You can't just hope for 50%, 100% gains. You have to watch the level 2 and the price action. But this has been systematically our best key trading strategy here at InPennyStock. And let me tell you why or how this was derived, okay? Because what was happening a lot was, new traders really think, and again, the market reacts this way too sometimes, but they think that when a company drops some great news or positive revenue, that's obviously good news, positive news, and that should be a catalyst for the stock to grow, right? And so people will be always sitting, they hear some cool news from a friend, they hear a hot stock tip, they hear about some new press about a stock, and they'll be like, okay, that means this company is a great buy because they have this great news. So let me get in before anybody else does, right? And they buy early. And what happens for some reason, as soon as they buy, the stock goes right against you. Has that happened to you guys? I'm sure for every single trader, if you've actually pulled and executed on any certain trade, you probably have had that result where you buy in the stock and immediately when you go into it, for some reason it goes down and you have no idea why, because it just, announced a great partnership with Apple or announced amazing earnings. And that's because you reacted before understanding the price action. Okay, the price action is truly what dictates your profits and the direction, either up or down, that the stock price is going to go. All right, and that's kind of where early traders and newbie traders tend to jump the gun all the time. That's usually where they get their first burn and their first losses, because they're just so excited to do the research, so excited to have come across some great news, like, oh, this stock is going to go on live with CNBC, so they're going to get a lot of press. And you're half right? But unfortunately, the odds are still not good. It's 50-50. You don't want those odds. You want to get the odds on your favor. And the way you do that is by making sure that it triggers off, that news, for example, would trigger off something like a 52-week breakout high. All right, and when that happens, then you can feel confident that you're in a runner, that is going to be a breakout. That's what the reference is. It's called a technical breakout. When it breaks out through that certain point, and when it has the momentum, you'll see a nice large price gain occur then. All right, so that's pretty much all it is. We don't make it too complicated. There's already enough crazy indicators and technical factors out there. But if you follow the basics and perfect those and work on the fundamentals, you can be confident that you'll be able to profit off of the stock market. All right, so again, I want to be able to give you guys access to me more often. So we're going to be doing this live every single day, 8 p.m. Pacific. That's, That's going to be 11 p.m. Eastern. If any time things come up, we'll let you know beforehand if we're going to push it an hour before, an hour after. We kind of want to figure out the ideal time that's good for you guys. So if you have a certain time, post it in the chat. Email us at admin@InPennyStock. We're active on social media. You can see @InPennyStock pretty much for YouTube, for Twitter, for Instagram, for Facebook. We're all here. So there's a lot of channels for you guys to be able to hit us on. We're even starting a Patreon. We're starting a TikTok. We're starting a Pinterest. So we're trying to develop and try to get the awareness out about InPennyStock. This is the year that you can take control of your trading and your financial future if you invest in yourself, if you invest in the time it takes to understand the markets. All right. As I always say, just think about how much time you actually spend trying to make money, trying to work insane hours in order to make sure that you have good cash flow, that you're making money. But then think about what you're doing with your money. All right. Don't just let it go to waste. Don't just burn it all and wait, paycheck to paycheck. That's not the kind of lifestyle you want to live. All right. A lot of the times that's necessary. Of course, people have bills, people have responsibilities. That's always going to be there. But what you need to do is to be able to start pulling aside small amounts, not much, 5, 10%, right? Try to set it up automatically with your direct deposit. You can talk to your HR person or payroll person and they can put it away for you separately right away in a different account so you don't have access to it, so you can start building a proper and successful nest egg for you to be able to start trading from. All right, it doesn't even take much. Nowadays, thank God, because of the industry landscape where there's no more commission fees for trading, that's really changed up the entire game, because in the past, I would have stopped anybody under $500, under $1,000 from wanting to trade because they would lose too much of their total account balance just buying in and out of positions, because you would lose $5 to $7 to $10 depending on your broker per trade. But nowadays, thanks to Robinhood, all of the companies, pretty much Charles Schwab, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, they've cut out their commission fees. So those are some great brokers to check out if you're looking to get into trading, you're sitting on the fence, and you want to know what the next step is. It's to make sure you sign up with a good broker like one of the ones I just mentioned, so you don't have those commission fees. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, we have a great deal going on at InPennyStock.com. You can get 50% off all our programs right now if you type in the code NEWMEMBER50. Just type that in the promo on the checkout, and automatically we'll wipe 50% off your price. And we're looking for more students, okay? We're going live every day. We're creating content specifically for you guys. If you're interested in learning how to get started stock trading profitably, this is the time for you guys to join. So finally, the only thing I have left to mention for today, unless you guys have any questions, you guys can always feel free to post it in the chat. Always here for you guys to be able to ask you questions related to stock trading, ask you questions related to your account, your finances. You know, I can try to help as best I can, given the 50,000 students that have already gone through our programs and the experience that we've developed so far. So the last thing I wanted to mention is that we actually have availability on our coaching calls too. So if you don't want to talk in a public forum, if you don't want to go on, via the live, and you want to have a one-on-one program, we set that up at InPennyStock.com. You can check that out. We have availability for our coaching calls, and really it helps me understand more of your situation, right? We get into the specifics of your style of trading, your style of living, first of all, because we have to create a trading program around your schedule, around your routine, your responsibilities, right? A lot of people get into stock trading initially as a side hustle. That's a major, major way, because people working full-time jobs finally have some good money coming in, finally have some savings racking up, and now they're thinking wisely. They're thinking, okay, how can I put this money to good use? And so a lot of times, you're going to be getting into stock trading, probably pulling your first trade, well, either through the savings that you've been able to get accumulated, or even through your 401k, your retirement plan, depending on, who you work with. But a lot of the companies, if you're 30, 40, 50 years old, or if you've been working in, some of the older companies that have been around for decades, they have those types of programs, and you can talk to your HR or payroll person there, and they can teach you how you can actually get access to some of your retirement money to be able to use that. It's called self-directed, and that allows you to take control of your profits. And again, I'm not saying don't take 100% of it out, right? You don't want to, mortgage your future because you're trying to do something in the present, but you can still pull a few thousand and utilize your own funds, right? It's your money to be able to get involved with stock trading, because they connect with these brokers like Fidelity, like TD Ameritrade, so they can just link them together and you can do your trades right from there. So yeah, pretty much wraps it up for today. Again, thanks for everyone who joined. Again, if you have any questions, you can email us at admin@InPennyStock.com, and we hope to hear from you guys soon. Take care.